What's up, YouTube? I got a lot of things to show you in this video. I got I think it's my fourth PSA return. Yeah, I think it's my fourth PSA return. Here's the rarest card that I probably have. I have a long story about this card. Basically, I sold the first edition base Charizard card back in like 2008 for $400. And now it's worth like $3,000 or $5,000. So, and then I was really upset, and I ended up buying another Charizard card to replace it. This is only PSA 8, but it's one of my biggest regrets in life is selling that first edition Charizard card. I'm just gonna show off a lot of my favorite PSA cards that I have already, and then I'm gonna get into all the cards that I just got. So stay with me. We have a Blastoise first edition in the PSA 9. Ideally, of course, you want 10s. We have a Umbreon Gold Star, one of the rarest cards to find from the Pop 5 series. And here's a PSA 10 Gold Star Umbreon. So yeah, this is probably, again, one of my rarest cards that I have. And then you can't have Umbreon without Espeon. The PSA 9. We got Mudkip. I just love this shiny Mudkip and the colors. And we got Charizard, Gold Star. We actually have another one here in a 9 as well. We got first edition Gym Challenge Charizard in a 9. And I'll show you this Mewtwo that I really like, just because the way that you see how he goes to light to dark. So this is definitely one of my favorite cards. And over here, if you look carefully, this is a Staff Charizard pre-release card that came out with the Evolution set. So this is also another expensive card. Probably close to like $800 to $900, I think. Anyways, this is going to be a tough video to do because I just got this box in the mail and 367 PSA returns. 367. I actually had, they actually found 2 cards that I didn't actually mean to send, but they were inside the rigid holders. So we have 18 boxes. Each of them have about 21 cards. Here's my first, second, and third return. So you can see these stacks are pretty big. And I got them all kind of organized a little bit. Here's a cool custom card. Some more of my other favorite cards that I didn't show off, but they are in my other PSA returns. And I'll put the link in the description for my first, second, and third PSA returns. I just like this Snorlax plushie. Yeah. And so my closet broke, and I had to, all my binders fell down. All my Pokemon card binders fell down. Here's a Charizard. Anyways, yeah, so here's some more binders. I have to fix my closet because I got too many binders. So, in this video, we're going to open up all of these. I might have to break it up into 2 parts. I'm going to try to get through it quickly because no one wants to watch a super long video. Anyways, we're going to start off with this first box. Here we go. I haven't seen these grades, but I know that PSA likes to give out a lot of 9s. I am expecting to get a lot of 7s and 8s. Hopefully we get a lot of 10s. I guarantee you there's some 4s and 5s and 6s, because even when you're looking at these cards, you look at the back and the corners and if there's any scratches and if it's if it's centered or not. It's really easy to get lower grades for any type of damage to the card. So I just threw in a bunch of different cards. We got Japanese, English, it's a Houndoom, Feraligatr. Since we have so many, I better just go through it fast. Porygon in a 10, Pichu and a 5. I like this card. But yeah, there are going to be some bad grades. Even when I was looking at them carefully, I had so many, I just threw them in if I liked them. We got a Tyranitar 4. Dang, these are some pretty bad grades already. Not even worth grading. But you never know. Sometimes you might hit a 10. And so they actually have two to three graders. And they both agree on the grade. And if they have different grades, I think they bring in a third person. I think that's how it works. Anyways, it took them about 3 months to return them, just because I had so many. Plus, they were probably backed up with orders. Typhlosion in a 10. And I got a lot of these Japanese verse challenge or series cards. I like these cards. Most of these are going to be in a 10 just because the quality of the Japanese card is so good. Another 10. Raikou in a 10. Raikou in a 10. And you really can make your money's worth because let's say you buy one of those 30 card packs are about $100, but you could easily flip some of these cards for 20, 30 bucks easily. And there's definitely some rare cards. I love this Houndoom. You don't get to see that type of artwork that often. It's nice. So they got a variety of different artworks. Here's a Blastoise, Dragonite. Love Dragonite. And I love how like the artwork is a little sketched and faded. Oh, Charizard in an 8. How did they give me an 8? Like, what the hell? They came in like the same packs. Oh, I wanted this in a 10 for sure. This is probably one of the most popular cards. But I love the shading again on the artwork. So that's our first box. Box number 2. Now, if you get a PSA subscription, you have access to monthly specials. And so what I did was just collect a bunch of Pokemon cards and wait till I had a lot and just did one big submission, because I waited, I think that was like $6.50 per card. So yeah, I spent a lot of money getting these graded. Moltres, 10. Machamp, 10. Charizard, 9. Dragonite in an 8. Gyarados in a 10. Nice. You know, a lot of these, I was just looking through my binders, and I was like, what cards would I want to send? And there was a lot of cards I didn't send because of the quality, but if I thought they were about like a 9, I tried to send them in. Because in the future, I mean, you can't, the glass is so strong, you couldn't break it if you wanted to. Oh, actually you could if you really were trying to with some tools. But I like that they give all the information to it, and it looks really professional. It'll last forever, and people on eBay, they'll know the grade, and that really makes a difference from a 9 to a 10. how much a card is worth. So if you have a bunch of Pokemon cards, you might want to get them graded. Suicune in an 8. We got Near Mint, Tyranitar in an 8. Japanese Charizard. Ooh, we got a 10! Yes! This is the card. I wanted a 10 on this one. Yes! There's a lot of Charizard Pokemon card collectors. This is a really good card. I'm going to put this in my favorite pile. This is still in the Verse Seeker or Verse Japanese Verse series. So this is one of the holographics. Tyranitar 10. Japanese Umbreon, another holographic, and a 10. Awesome. I love these cards just, again, because the quality is so good. Murkrow, kind of a common holographic, but still easily worth like 20 something bucks. And the Pokemon card market kind of fluctuates over the years, but you know, these cards become harder and harder to find, so you kind of have to know which cards to go after and which are worth nothing. And we got a Houndour in an 8. All right, we did 2 boxes onto the 3rd. I might take a break around box 9 and maybe half the video. Here we go. Dugong in a 10. Espeon in a 10. Giovanni 8. Lieutenant Surge 10. Giovanni 8. Sorry for the glare, I know you can probably see my reflection. We got 9. Dark Energy, Steel Energy in a 10. Sabrina in a 10. Nice. If you have a whole set, it's a lot easier to sell. Ooh, another 10. You know, these cards are from like 1998, 99, I don't know. These cards are old, and to have them in such perfect condition, I am happy about that. Erica, we got an 8. Giovanni, we got a 9. Ooh, look at that. That's ugly. Ooh. My friend did send, he gave me, I think like 6 cards to send in. Naked Misty, this card got banned in the English Pokemon cards. So I guess that's why people want this one. But that's nice to have in a 10. Ugh, 6. Typhlosion, 7. So yeah, like I was saying, my friend gave me some cards to get graded, so I'm trying to keep an eye out for those cards in here so I don't mix them up. But it looks like they kept the order in which I sent it to them. I think they did, because I kind of sent all the Japanese cards in order and then all the English cards in order. Mega Blastoise from Evolutions, Gem Mint 10. Alright. We are going to run out of space on my table because we have too many. Here we go. More Japanese cards. Typhlosion in a 9. Typhlosion in a 10 from the Neo set. Steelix. They introduced Steel types in Gen 2. In the Neo series. Steel and Dark types. So Steelix and Scizor were like super cool because they were the few Steel Pokemon that was introduced. I love this Nidoking. You'll probably see like 5 or 6 of these Nidokings in here. So to have it in perfect condition, I don't know what it is. It's just I love the artwork on this Nidoking. You see, I got a lot of these. And Needle Queen. Nice colors, but only in a 7. We got a Mew in a 9. Gyarados in a 7. Ninetales in an 8. Ninetales, 8. Poliwrath with an 8. I'm actually okay with 8s. 7s are kind of where they're not that great. 8s and 9s I'm pretty much okay with. I mean, Poliwrath and Ninetales, these are from the base first series. So you'll notice that I like to collect the older Pokemon cards. I guess they're more nostalgic. They're worth more. They're harder to find. Skarmory a 10. Ugh, see, like, I shouldn't even sent this in. But, you know, I guess I didn't look at it carefully. Is it damaged or something? I don't know. Here's another Nidoking in a 10. Awesome. Diddle in a 9. I kind of wish they made, like, really cool Diddle cards. I actually really like this Diddle card. Ooh, another one in a 10. Perfect. Japanese Mewtwo, 10. Yes, we're getting a lot of 10s. Ooh, this is definitely a card I would want in a 10 for sure. I do have a whole stack of Charizard cards. But yeah, still happy with that. 9. Ah, another 9. Yeah. Everyone likes Charizard. And another 9. Oh, this is the evolutions. So you gotta be careful when you're buying these cards online because it looks like the base Charizard, but it could be evolutions. So you gotta be careful. Alright, we're actually making pretty good progress. We're on box number 5. So I'm just throwing boxes on the ground. Ooh, okay. We got a Charizard in an 8. Charizard in a 9. Which means maybe we have a Charizard in a 10. Oh, it goes to Venusaur, 7. Shucks. You'll see a lot of these Venusaurs on the base Charizards and Blastoises. I like to collect those starter Pokemon. Persian, 10. Gyarados, 9. Clefairy, 9. Alakazam, 10. If you haven't liked and subscribed by now, you should do so. It's not a suggestion, it's a command. Like, comment, and subscribe. Do it. Haunter in a 9. By the way, I do have another channel for Pokemon cards as well. And I'll put the link in the description so you can check that out. We got Ninetales in a 10. Brock's Ninetales in a 9. Haunter in a 10. Always welcoming. Perfect Gem Mint 10 cards. Gyarados in a 10. So these graders are actually pretty fair. Like I can tell that they're not just graders like, oh, it's perfect, so we'll just give them a 9 just, because they want to do that. If they see nothing wrong with it, they're going to give it a 10. Gem Mint 10 Venusaur. The thing is, if there is like one thing wrong they see with it, they can automatically knock it down to a 9. And even if, like, let's say some of the centering is off, another Venusaur in a 10, sometimes that's the manufacturer's problem and not the conditions, so they won't even knock off sometimes the grading. Now, if you look carefully at this card, there's actually another Alakazam right there. It's like doing a double team. It's kind of like one of those $100 bills where he's... Now that makes this card extra cool to me. The Masaki Alakazam, you have to trade in a trainer card plus a Kadabra to get them. And then they would mail it to you. Hitmonchan in a 10, and Japanese Venusaur, Mega Venusaur EX in a 10. I'm honestly not a huge fan of a lot of the newer series. I mean, the newer sets that have been coming out. I mean, I do like some of the full arts, but I'm a real big fan of these old school cards. Flareon, Scyther, Gyarados in a 10. Team Rocket's Mewtwo in a 10. Wow, we're still on a bunch of Japanese cards here. Moltres in a 9. Towards the end, you'll see a bunch of more English cards. Magneton. And I really like this Magneton just because they changed it into a steel typing. Ooh, we got a 10. Zapdos 10. Zapdos 10. Zapdos 9. Zapdos 10. I kind of tried to put the same Pokemon next to each other, like all the Blastoises and Zapdoses together, but they're kind of scattered as well. Trying to submit over 350 cards, I just kind of couldn't organize them all. I just sent them in. And the way you send them in, Lugia in a 9 is in a penny sleeve, and then you put on a semi-rigid protector. And they spend a lot of time analyzing each card under like this light. At least that's from my understanding. But they also, you know, if I just send them and I say, hey, this Blastoise card worth 20 bucks, they actually check the year, the set, and all the information. So I really like how they do a good job grading it. PSA 10. And let's say you get a grade you don't like. Let's say you want to challenge it. This isn't a 9 and maybe it's a 10. You can resubmit the cards for regrading. Oh, Tauros. Full Art Tauros and Gem 10. That's a nice card. So this card, you know, it may not be worth a lot, but it just looks super cool. So yeah. Next box. What box are we on? Box 7. Here we go. Gengar. Arcanine. I love this Arcanine. You're going to see more of these Arcanines in this return from Gym Challenge. Love this Arcanine. Look how much damage it does. Back in the day, 120 was a lot. 4 energies. I think you have to like either discard energy or it does damage to itself. So you'll see those Nidokings and Arcanines from Gym Challenge because the artwork is just so good. Team Rocket's Moltres in a 10. Again, I apologize for this glare. It's kind of bothering me. Hope it's not bothering you. Moltres in an 8. Meganium in a 10. Nice. Meganium in a 10. All right. Skarmory in a 9. Pichu in a 9. We got Tyranitar in a 9. Another 9. Houndoom. This is good. We're getting a lot of 9s and 10s. 9s and 10s. It's pretty good. Another Houndoom. One thing I don't like is like you can see how like over time these cards do kind of can take some wear and tear and damage, depending on how you store them. Everyone loves Houndoom. Kingdra in a 9. Feraligatr in a 9. Feraligatr in a 9. So these cards aren't rare, but they're from the Neo series, and I like the artwork. They're pretty old cards, so I thought it would be kind of nice to get them graded, because then it stays in the condition forever. So, and it's easier to sell them as well. The value goes up. Full Art Dragonite EX. What does this mean? OC. If you know what that means, leave a comment, because I've never seen that. And we got a Fearow in 10. Okay, we're making good progress. Let's keep going. Let's keep rolling. Ooh, Charizard Evolutions in a 10. Reverse Holo. Blastoise in a 5. Don't look at that. Magneton in a 9. Milotic in a 10. Dragonite EX in a 10. Yes! I'm kind of surprised, because I just found this card and I was like, why not? Umbreon. Oh, I love this artwork, but it got a 5, so shouldn't have sent it in. But like, it's really hard to tell, because like the centering is good, and like there must be like a scratch or something that I didn't see. So even if like you're looking at it really carefully, they might see something that the naked eye can't. So, ooh, 6, not that great. Not that great. Not that happy with this. Oh, did I miss that? There's like this big crease in it, kind of. Raichu. You gotta be careful when you're buying ungraded cards, especially off of eBay, because they may say mint condition and it's not graded. You buy it and then you realize that it's actually in really poor condition. So you gotta be careful. That's why it's always more legit to buy graded cards, but they are more expensive. But at least you know what you're getting. Ooh, Gold Star Metagross in a 9. Yes. Gold Star cards, if you know, are one of the harder, more rare cards to get. It's shiny. Yes, I'm really happy with this Metagross. Awesome. Great. Mewtwo in a 9. Oh, so you're going to start seeing some first edition cards coming up. Team Rocket Trainer, first edition Lapras in a 7. Not so great. First edition Zapdos in a 10. And the English first edition cards are worth so much nowadays. Pichu in a 7. First edition Rocket in a 8. Snorlax first edition in an 8. I love how he's just lying down, just chilling. First edition Kadabra in a 10. Alright, first edition cards from the first edition base set in 10s are worth so much. Okay, I think we're on box number 9. So we'll do one more box. We'll take a break. Maybe I'll drink some water. And then we'll do the second half when I come back. So let's finish this up. We got Pidgeot in a 10. Ooh, we got another Kadabra in a 10. Awesome. Dugong in a 10. Sabrina's Alakazam in a 9. Diddle in a 10. Sabrina's Gengar in a 9. We got Team Rocket's Moltres in a 9. We got Scyther in a 9. First edition Dragonite, even though it's not holographic or anything, again, first editions in a 10 are valuable. Articuno in 8. Lugia in what is that? Does that say 5? Does that say 5? No! No! So again, this is probably one of the cards I bought off of eBay. They said first edition, and from the looks of it, it looks perfectly fine. But, you know, it's a 5, so gotta be careful. Lieutenant Surge in a 7. Erica, first edition in 9. First edition Sabrina in a 10. Beautiful, beautiful. To get these in English, first edition in a 10 is always nice. We got a 9 for Blaine. Ooh, we got a 10 for Giovanni. I guess I had a lot of these cards. Gengar in a 9. Nidoking in a 9. Ninetales in a 9. First edition Gym Challenge Blaine's Charizard in a Gem Mint 10. So if you watch my other videos, you'll see that I opened up a Gym Challenge first edition box, and I actually pulled this card, and I was stoked. I was super excited to have this in a 10. So happy. This is a good card. We got Erica's Venusaur in a 9. So with that, we are going to take a break. Watch the second part. Thanks for watching.